The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Joshua Collins with Computers Made Effective. I want to thank everyone for taking the time out of their schedule to join our webinar today. So we're going to be talking about Dragon Medical 10 and, why you should upgrade and why now is the time. So I hope everyone will get some good information out of this webinar, and we're going to actually give everyone about 5 more minutes here. We are having some other attendees join here, the broadcast and the audio. So we're going to start here just at 5 after. So give us just a couple minutes here. Thanks.
Good morning. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Okay. Good morning. My name is Matthew Saxman. I'm a solutions consultant with Computers Made Effective. Before we get started, I would like to give you a brief history of Computers Made Effective. I know your time is valuable, so I'll make this quick. Main subject. Today's webinar will be a little bit shorter than most. A solution for your dictation needs. We have been offering Dragon Medical software, microphones, digital recorders, along with customization, training, and support for over 17 years. Our training team will work closely with your EHR project managers and trainers to help complement EHR deployment. Our in-house support team will ensure your success to the completion of the go-live and beyond. Next slide, please. Today we will be discussing upgrading to the latest Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2.3. We're going to discuss some new benefits and features and functionality in the upgrade from Dragon Medical 10, and we're also going to discuss why now is the best time to upgrade. Next slide, please. Promotion now through November. With the purchase of the upgrade to Dragon, you'll receive 1 free hour. This will not only help ensure that all your settings are optimized to help you with the Dragon functionality, we'll also show you some of the differences from the previous version of Dragon. I would Director of Training and Support.
Hi, thank you. Matthew, again, this is Joshua Collins with Computers Made Effective, and yeah, today we're going to definitely be diving right in here to, some of the new features of Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, how they're going to be, benefit you from Dragon Medical 10, and why now is the time, definitely the time to upgrade. So let's start with some of the new features and functionality here. As with every version of Dragon, you can imagine how quick technology changes. Well, hardware, software, it's really the same boat there. They're both changing very, very rapidly. With every new version of Dragon, it's over 20% more accurate, than the previous versions. And here you're going 2 versions up, right? You're going from Dragon Medical 10 to Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. So you're definitely going to notice a huge improvement in accuracy, speed. The speech engine itself has been through 3 revisions since then, right? So they've updated and improved the speech engine. You could say 3 times since Dragon Medical 10, right? So definitely a big improvement there. And of course, if you're not using a Dragon Medical product, if you're using Professional or Premium, any of the other versions of Dragon, you're going to have a 60% more accuracy rate out of the box. And that's just due to the speech engine and the vocabulary. It's going to have all the medical terms and phrases built in. But it's not just that. It's not just having the words in the vocabulary. It's Dragon actually putting the focus on that medical terminology and looking for those words and prioritizing them over, non-medical terms. That really makes a key difference there with this medical speech engine. All right. Another big reason, maybe the biggest reason, is support for Windows 8 or Windows 10. So, again, if you go buy a new computer nowadays, anyone you're going to get from an IT resource or yourself in the store, it's going to almost always have Windows 10, maybe Windows 8. Of course, you could try to downgrade it, but again, you might have other software that relies on Windows 8 or Windows 10 now as well, such as your EMR or anything else. So, Dragon is Medical Practice Edition 2. It does officially support Windows 8 and Windows 10. Dragon Medical 10 will not install on Windows 10 or Windows 8, and if it does get installed somehow, it's definitely going to be buggy and not work properly. So that is a huge reason to upgrade there in itself. Also, the Dictation Box has been greatly improved. So if you are a Dictation Box user, or maybe you didn't use it because it was a little painful as far as the amount of steps involved, we're going to be demoing this to you here shortly, but definitely they have decreased the steps, I should say, and improved the workflow with the new Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 Dictation Box. So we'll see that here in just a few moments. Also, the Power Mic 3. So Nuance does have a new Power Mic, the Power Mic 3, and that is officially supported with Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. So if you had Dragon Medical 10, it would still recognize it as the Power Mic 2. You would not be able to use any of the new features or functionality that's available in the Power Mic 2, Power Mic 3 with Dragon Medical 10. Another, huge factor could be your EHR. Dragon, Nuance, they do, increase support for your EHR, or they try to anyway, for many EHRs, so many out there, with every version or revision of Dragon. So if Dragon is not quite working out the way you would want it to in your EMR, you're not able to maybe navigate around as much as you'd like to, or even dictate, directly in, or you have trouble, this is something that Nuance, they update these, text editors, they call them every version. So, you are going to have definitely improved EHR support. It could, be a night or day difference there of how Dragon Medical 10 works in your EMR versus how Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 works in your EMR or EHR. All right, so that's a big improvement there as well. And then, of course, the specialties. Dragon Medical 10, it had a good range of specialties, but Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 has the same range, and it also has these nice new subspecialties. So you have, pain management, physical therapy, and rehabilitation. A lot of subspecialties that were not there in Dragon Medical 10 are now in Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. And again, definitely, the more specific Dragon can be with your, specialty, the, better accuracy you'll have, right? So it definitely has improved that. Also, if you're an accented speaker, so, if you do have Spanish accent, Indian accent, they have a new Pakistani accent in Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. But just as the speech engine has changed, well, and improved, so has the accented support as well. So you're definitely going to have, better accuracy out of the box as an accented speaker. And it also supports any of the new versions of Office, specifically being 2016. Again, this is the latest version of Office. If you were to buy a new Office, this is what you're going to get, right? It's hard to find older versions. And that Dragon Medical 10 is not going to work properly with, Office 2016. It may be hit or miss. You definitely won't be able to use your voice commands as well, or navigate by voice, say things like print file, save document. Those options are going to be essentially broken and not work with Dragon Medical 10 and any new version of Office. So that is officially supported with Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, as well as, any new versions of Internet Explorer, Chrome, or Firefox. And that also comes into play with a web-based EHR, which again is, more prevalent now. So, maybe Dragon Medical 10 is not working as well as it can be in your web-based EHR because Dragon Medical 10 does not support the web browser, right, that you're using. Well, it will now. It will definitely support up to Internet Explorer 11, which was the latest version of Internet Explorer, the last version, I believe, before Edge, and then, any new versions of Chrome and Firefox. All right, so that, again, can make a night or day difference of how Dragon functions and behaves in your EHR or EMR. All right, so those are definitely some of the key features there. Let's just take a look again at, why is now the time to upgrade? Well, the biggest reason is this is kind of your last chance to get an upgrade price, right? So Dragon or Nuance will allow you to go 2 versions back on your upgrades. So if you have Dragon Medical 10 and you want to go to Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, which is essentially version 12, you're going 2 versions up. You could definitely do that at a discounted rate. It's $599.99. But once Nuance releases Dragon Medical Practice Edition 3, or whatever the name may be, if they want to change it around a little bit, whatever happens there, once they release that new version, you're not going to be eligible for the upgrade anymore. So you're going to end up having to start over as a brand new user, and it's going to be the standard retail price of $1599.99. So definitely can save you around $1,000 to upgrade now versus having to just wait until you're kind of forced to because maybe you got that Windows 10 computer and no longer works, something like that happens. So that's the biggest reason. I think the second biggest reason was, the Windows 8 and Windows 10 support. Again, it's prevalent nowadays. It's hard to get away from it or around it. So if you're a Dragon Medical 10 user, it's kind of another one of those key reasons why you need, to go ahead and upgrade now versus later. Definitely is going to be fully supported with Windows 8 and Windows 10, and we've been working with Windows 10 for some time now, and it works great with Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. So no issues there at all. And if anything was to happen, they're definitely going to release patches and fixes and things like that for it. and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But Dragon Medical 10 was released in what, August 2008. So you can imagine, looking back at 2008, just how much your computer maybe has changed since then. Well, as you can imagine, the software is no different, right? So definitely been around for a while, Dragon Medical 10. Although it's a solid product, it's definitely aged. And Nuance no longer supports Dragon Medical 10, just like Microsoft no longer supports Windows XP, which Dragon Medical 10 was actually written for. It was actually written for Windows XP, and then updated. That's what 10.1 was actually an update to make it work with Windows 7. So you can imagine a lot has changed since then with Windows as well. But Nuance is no longer going to support that. So if you are a Dragon Medical 10 user and you have a support contract with us, well, we'll definitely support you. But you have to understand it's to the best of our ability, right? We can't fix something that's not necessarily there, and we can't reach out to Nuance for any new updates, patches, or support either, because they're no longer officially supporting it. All right, so those are just some of the key reasons why now is the time to upgrade. Definitely, even if you may be happy with your current situation. Well, if something changes and you get that Windows 10 computer and you just can't use Dragon anymore, well, obviously that's going to be a problem, definitely. If you're happy with Dragon 10 now and relying on it, to not have it, I know is not something that you could go through, really. So let's go ahead and start here. I want to show you a little bit of Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. It's going to show you a quick demonstration. I want to show you the new Dictation Box features. So we're going to go ahead and start here. And I'm going to go ahead, actually, and go ahead and clear some of this out here. I actually have this over from the last one. Let me just go ahead and clear these out. But I'm going to go take you through this quick template here just to show you a little bit about the speed and accuracy of Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. And Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, not just the medical terminology, the standard words and phrases. These were things that Dragon Medical 10 definitely struggled with. He and she, just common words like that would, just stump Dragon Medical 10. The medical terms were fine, no doubt, but definitely had trouble elsewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the Dragon Bar here as well. Now, not much has changed with the Dragon Bar. We do definitely recommend, maybe an hour of transitional training with, when you're going from Dragon Medical 10 and Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, because the bar actually has changed a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of, the menus are in a different place there, and they're actually renamed, and some of the features that you had used before may no longer be where you expect them to, and then some of the new features we'll show you as well. But as you see, I got the Dragon Bar up there at the top, and I'm going to go ahead and just do some dictation here. I'll show you just the macros, the voice commands, probably things that you're familiar with, but hopefully you'll notice the difference in speed and accuracy is really going to be the key thing here. Again, with the speed, we're on an internet webinar, so it may be delayed a little bit there, but accuracy-wise, you'll hopefully should notice a difference there. So I'll just do some dictation here. The patient is a 15-year-old female, period. All right. Let me see, there we go. All right, didn't have the mic pressed down there. I'll continue on. Right ankle pain, period. And when you're dictating with Dragon, you definitely want to dictate in sentences or phrases at a time. You're definitely going to have better accuracy that way. It's going to be able to pick up the context and really analyze the words and the words around them. And that's kind of what I'll do here with the HPI. The patient was running a twist in her right ankle, period. There was no other injuries, period. She complains of right ankle pain on the lateral aspect, period. She's brought in by her mother, period. Her primary care physician is Dr. Brown, period. All right, so you definitely, again, don't have to wait or pause for Dragon. It will always be able to, catch up with you there. And as you see, it looks great there. No problems with the accuracy there as well. I'll just continue a little more. Otherwise, negative except as stated above, period. Patient sometimes takes aspirin as needed, period. Mother appears loving and caring, period. There's no evidence of abuse, period. No known allergies, period. And here under the physical exam, I'll go ahead and just kind of drop in a standard Dragon full exam here. Dragon exam. There we go. Awesome. So definitely, if you had not really used those macros before, or maybe you needed to brush up on them, that's definitely something we can cover, setting up those macros and templates in our transitional training when you were to upgrade there. And then we just go ahead and finish this assessment and plan, and then we'll show you the dictation box as well. Right ankle sprain, period. Discharge the patient home and have her follow up with her doctor in 1 week if symptoms persist, period. She's advised to return immediately PRN, severe pain, worsening, not better, etc., period. And Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 definitely does things a little differently as well as far as something like PRN. Before it would write P, period, R, period, N, period. Here you see it says now when necessary. So definitely, not just the accuracy, but acronyms, things like that. There's a lot of little improvements that you'll see in Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 versus Dragon Medical 10. All right, so you still have the ability, of course, to go back and make changes, and there are some new commands there as well, but you're probably familiar with a lot of these other ones that you've been using. Select 15-year-old. You may want to go back and make a change there. 16-year-old. Awesome. So you still have the ability to go back and do all the, fancy select and say capabilities that can really help you edit your dictation. But again, hopefully that, this is going to be a more accurate version of Dragon. You're not going to have to go back and fix, as many mistakes there as you're going through it. All right. So this is just a quick demo here of the speed and accuracy. And let's go ahead and show you an example of the dictation box here. I'm going to go ahead and just pull up my web browser. Now, in order to show you this, I have to find a window that is not a Dragon-friendly window, right? And this will be the case if you're using an electronic medical record that is through remote desktop or Citrix. You're going to have that non-standard window that you're going to run into. And that's really when you're going to use the dictation box. And this is when I'm going to go ahead and just use this simple little online notepad that's a good way to demonstrate through my web browser here, this new Power Mic functionality, or the new, I should say, dictation box functionality. All right, so let me clear this out. So how you used to, have to use the dictation box, which again is more prevalent now than ever because most people are on some kind of cloud or maybe web-based or remote desktop or Citrix type setup where the dictation box is needed. If you don't need it, well, you can get by, but it's going to be a struggle sometimes. It's going to be really hit or miss as far as Dragon working and working properly. But in the dictation box, it's going to be 100%, every time, as far as that compatibility goes. So you used to be able to press the button, open up the dictation box. It would open up, you would dictate in, you would take your mouse, click back over, and then press another button to transfer it. So that's what, about four steps there that you'd have to take to use this dictation box. Well, they really reduced it, aside from dictating, just one step. So I'll show you here. Really what you'll do is you'll just click inside your window there, your HPI box, whichever, it may be inside your EMR, and really just start dictating. Now, as you start dictating, it's going to open up the dictation box automatically and capture everything for you. And you no longer have to take your mouse and click back over. You just have to press one button when you're done to transfer it back over. So it definitely is a much smoother process. And if you weren't using the dictation box before, well, now would be the time to, because A, you're going to see a great improvement in everything, really, your accuracy, speed, being able to use commands and macros. And then B, it's not as many steps now. 3 or 4 steps times 60 can add up to a lot of spent time on the dictation box, no doubt about that. But this single step has greatly, reduced that. So I'll show you a little example here. My mouse is now clicked into this notepad. Clearly common, this patient suffers from chronic inguinal syndrome related to severe triple vessel coronary artery disease, period. So as I dictate, I no longer have to open up the dictation box. I just have to click in there, naturally as I would if I was going to dictate, directly in the EMR. And it's going to open up this dictation box for me. Again, I do have a chance to, edit anything here. But, once everything is finalized, I can press one button on my mic, and that's going to go ahead and transfer it back into the EMR. Or in this case, this notepad window. But, it's going to transfer it back into that non-standard window that Dragon is going to have trouble with. All right, so definitely very easy to use there. Now that's not an out-of-the-box experience there. We do have to do some customization on the dictation box to make that happen. But once we do, we'll be able to reduce it down to just that single step of you pressing that one button to transfer it back over. All right, and again, that's one of the things we cover on the transitional training. We'd get obviously Dragon updated on your computer and installed, and then we'd spend maybe that hour going through some of these new features, some of this new customization, and just taking a look at your workflow and seeing what we can do to improve it from Dragon Medical 10, which this dictation box is a great example of that. All right, so that is what I want to show you there in the demo. And let's see here. We're going to go ahead and take a moment to answer any questions. So if you do have any questions, you can use this GoToWebinar bar on the right-hand side of your screen. There's going to be a couple options. One is actually for questions. You can click on questions there, type your question in. You also have an option for chat. If you want to type it in the chat, that's fine as well. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I think we do have a couple questions here already. So one here is talking about the voice profiles. So this is what we're talking about when we're upgrading. So if you do have Dragon Medical 10, can voice profiles be upgraded, or is it better to start with a new one? Honestly, if you are, we're going to be working with you directly, which, we'd always recommend this, at least this hour of transitional training. We would definitely want to go ahead and start you off with a new profile. Now, when we say that, we can definitely move over anything from your old one. We can go ahead and extract the words that you've added, the macros you've created. So you're really not starting over from scratch, and those are really the key things you need. But, we want to get into the situation where, we're not taking something that is corrupt or, invalid over into this new Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. It's best to start off on the right foot. So, we'd make sure to move everything over, but create you a new new profile at the same time is what we would do. So, yes, they can be upgraded. Is it better to just take what you need, extract it out, and start a new profile and import it in? Yes, definitely. So hopefully that will answer your question there, help you out. And again, if you have any questions, we can help you directly as well. And then here, can macro commands be transferred after the upgrade? So yes, that's exactly what we were talking about there as well. So any macros or templates, anything from your command browser or your vocabulary editor, any words you've added, any macros you've set up, those are the things that we would export from your old profile, set you up a new profile that's taking advantage of all the new Dragon features and speech engines, not bringing anything over from any previous version that is no longer, needed or, no longer as good as it can be now. So definitely can transfer those macro commands over. Let's see. The cost of the upgrade, so yes, so if you're going to upgrade from Dragon Medical 10 to Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, it is going to go ahead and cost you $599.99. All right, so that is the upgrade price there. Now let's just go back and take a look at our promotion again here real quick. I'm going to go through some slides. So, we are going to give you that 1 hour of personalized training with each upgrade purchase during the month of October or November. We're actually extending it, through November as well. So that's going to be key for you. I would definitely take, full advantage of that to go ahead and, have that hour of transitional training to get you, set up and customized and migrated over to Dragon Medical 2 Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, I should say, successfully, right? And make sure that you're taking advantage of those key features and benefits. So no doubt about that. We're definitely running that special, and we'll get you set up with that as well once you've purchased an upgrade. And then we have, let's see, I have Windows 7. Do I have to upgrade it to 10 before I schedule my update? You do not. You definitely do not. So if you do have even Windows XP or Windows 7 or Windows 8, you're still good to upgrade to Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. It definitely does, support those operating systems. And then when you are, ready to update to Windows 10, which, with Microsoft, they probably have done it to you automatically. They did it to me. It just happens sometimes, right? You don't want to, but it happens. So, but yes, definitely best to schedule that if you can. But yes, you can definitely go ahead and upgrade, now before you jump to Windows 10. Otherwise, you could upgrade to Windows 10, and then we could just uninstall Dragon and reinstall it from, the Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. All right, so hopefully that answers your question there. And let's see, another question here. So this question here, I'm going to read it. I have the upgrade, so they have already updated to Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, or maybe Dragon Medical Practice Edition. But I feel that I'm not using it to its fullest potential. Can you purchase an hour or two of training from us? So definitely you can. So we really will train you, on Dragon Medical, even Dragon Medical 10. We would definitely recommend an upgrade, but, still something we can do. But yes, if you do have Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, or even Dragon Medical Practice Edition, we still definitely can schedule you some time, whether it's an hour or two, to look over any problems you may have, anything you want to resolve, anything it can be done, but you're not sure how to do it as far as setting up macros and training words and things like that. So yes, we can definitely help you out there and get you trained, really with any kind of setup you have there. Another question here: will I have to recreate my macros when I go this new version? So you won't. Yeah, we can definitely definitely save that for you, right? So we'll save your macros, we'll save your words, we'll make sure that those are not something you're going to have to recreate, and they haven't changed as far as the structure of them or how you need to use them in Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. So they really migrate over seamlessly. There's nothing you have to do differently or change once you've migrated them over. They really just will pick up and work out of the box after the import, your macros. Another question here: do you offer a digital download so I can have access to the upgrade right away? So yes, we do have that now. We do offer a lot of digital downloads on our products, which is a nice, very nice feature. So, if you do purchase the upgrade, you actually can receive an email from Nuance with a link to download the software and then your serial number. And you'll also receive a DVD in the mail as well. So yeah, definitely nice to have that feature. We can offer a digital download. And it does take some time to get that from Nuance, but if you purchased it in the morning, you may be updated by the afternoon, right? It's definitely something that can be done very quickly there within, I would say, 48 hours tops, but typically, again, it's just 24 hours. It can depend on Nuance sometimes for that email, but definitely can do that. So let me go through and make sure I didn't miss any questions here. I think that was it. Just go through. So there's quite a few questions here. All right. I think we're okay. Here we go. Sorry, one more question. I have Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 that I purchased elsewhere but have no support. Am I able to purchase an annual support contract with First Dragon? All right, so this is really where First Dragon, or Computers Made Effective, differs from a lot of the other Dragon Medical vendors out there. We're not just box pushers. We want it to succeed for you. We want to train you and make sure that it's successful. Because if you're successful, obviously we're successful as well. So yes, definitely we will support you no matter where you purchase Dragon Medical from. And, sorry to say that, sorry that you're in that situation. But yeah, definitely we can support you. We can offer you a support contract. We can offer you training. Just let us know. Reach out to us there. You'll have our information here at the end of the slide. But yeah, that's why the training and the support is key, is very key to being successful with Dragon Medical. Not just somebody sending you a box and not returning your calls anymore, once they've got that initial purchase from you. So that's definitely where we differ from a lot of the other Dragon vendors out there. Let's see. I think that is the last question. If you have any more, go ahead and roll them in there, and you can always reach us out to us at any time as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead here. We're going to be ending it here. So next month, because we're definitely going to be bringing these to you, on a steady month-by-month basis now. So look out for that. We're going to try to, really make these useful to our customers and keep them updated with all the latest, news and information with Dragon Medical World. So our November webinar is going to be about the new PowerMic 3 and how it compares to the PowerMic 2. And we'll throw some other microphones in there as well. But as you see there, that is the new PowerMic 3. Just as a couple little teasers here, it's got a new mouse, right? So yay. The mouse with Dragon, with the PowerMic 2 is not as easy to use as this new PowerMic 3, which was one of the biggest complaints, no doubt. Also the cord. The cord can be 3 feet or 6 feet. I think I'll stop there, but there's a couple of other nice benefits and features as well. But you can see there, that is the new PowerMic. Definitely has been redesigned. It has a much easier, use, and you can kind of just holding it in your hand is just it's much easier and just feels better than PowerMic 2, no doubt about that. But there's a lot of new features and benefits that we'll be discussing in our next webinar. So look out for that. We'll definitely be keeping those on a month-by-month basis from now on. So we will be sending everyone newsletters and emails for that. So I'm just checking the questions here. I don't see any more questions. So I do want to thank everyone for taking the time out of their day to join us. If you do have any further questions, if you want to go ahead and get the upgrade, training, technical support, whatever is needed, we have our sales@firstdragon.com. We also have our sales line as well. This is our new dedicated sales line. So if you do have any sales questions, please call us there at 866-977-3324. Again, my name is Joshua Collins. Earlier we had Matthew Saxman. We do appreciate your time today, and definitely look out for our future webinars. So we do appreciate you guys joining us now and in the future. Everyone to take care and have a good day. Thank you. All right.